There's something strange about the way people think about superpowers. We imagine them as impossible because we imagine them on ourselves. If a person could regenerate injuries, detect electricity, disappear into the background, or move faster than almost anything else on Earth, we'd call it science fiction. But nature never had to sound believable, it only had to work. And over millions of years, life kept experimenting, changing small things over impossible amounts of time until eventually something happened. An animal appeared that seemed to break the rules, then another and another. Not because nature was trying to be impressive, but because surviving rewards strange ideas. These are some animals with abilities that feel unreal. High above open landscapes, one bird solved hunting in a way that almost feels unfair. Instead of becoming stronger or larger, it became faster. The Peregrine Falcon learned to turn gravity into a weapon. From a distance, the movement barely registers. Then suddenly it drops. The speed becomes difficult to understand because the animal isn't simply moving quickly, it's making decisions while moving quickly, adjusting, tracking, and reacting. Though what feels impossible isn't the speed, it's the precision. And nature seems to repeat this idea over and over again, finding ways to sense and react faster than what seems reasonable. Somewhere underwater, that solution became even stranger. The electric eel doesn't rely entirely on sight. Instead, it moves through the world using something invisible: electric signals. Imagine living in darkness and still being able to understand what surrounds you. To us, electricity feels mechanical. To this animal, it's simply another sense. And once life discovers a useful trick, it rarely stops there. Because sometimes surviving isn't about detecting the world. Sometimes it's about disappearing from it. An octopus doesn't just hide, it changes. It shifts colors, moves textures, softens edges, and suddenly the thing your eyes were focused on no longer seems to exist. It's one of those moments where nature starts feeling less biological and more like an illusion. But hiding isn't the only strange answer evolution found. Some creatures went in the opposite direction. If avoiding damage isn't always possible, what if damage simply stopped being the end? That's where the axolotl becomes difficult to ignore. Most life heals. This one rebuilds. Neither dramatically nor heroically, but quietly, like restoration is ordinary. And maybe that's what makes these animals feel unreal. None of them are performing, none of them are showing off. The abilities that seem impossible to us are completely normal to them. Meanwhile, hidden in places most people never look, smaller creatures push this idea even further. The mantis shrimp evolved a strike so fast that it creates a sudden pressure change in the water. For a brief moment, tiny bubbles form and collapse with enough force to add a second impact after the initial hit. Its punch is already powerful, but the surrounding water seems to join the attack. And somehow, this strange little animal also sees the world through an unusually complex visual system, detecting types of light that humans can't see. Then there's the tardigrade, a creature so small that most people will never see one without a microscope. When its environment becomes too harsh, it can shrink into a dormant state, slowing its biological activity almost to a stop. In that condition, it can endure extreme cold, dehydration, intense radiation, and other conditions that would quickly kill most animals. It isn't indestructible, but for something nearly invisible, it survives with an almost unreasonable amount of determination. And suddenly, a pattern starts appearing. Nature doesn't build towards perfection, it builds towards survival. And sometimes, survival creates things that feel impossible by accident. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious.